Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day two of the Quest International University Public Health Campaign. I'm Chan and I'm here with my partner Vijaya. Thank you so much for participating in the challenges yesterday. The winners will be announced on Monday morning, so stay tuned.
Hello everyone. It's a beautiful Saturday and it's a beautiful day for us to learn a healthy new recipe. Our healthy eating session continues now by Mr. Chan, who will be showing us how to make capri salad with garlic bread. Take it away.
Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, there appears to be some technical problem. Please give us a little time to settle the technical problem. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. Now, let's start watching our video on how to make a caprese salad. Let it roll. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently we still have a technical problem, but it's okay. I will do the voiceover commentary for this video. Now, first, of course, you need some toast. And then what you have to do is toast it or grill it on a pan. Then use a tablespoon to apply some extra virgin olive oil on the bread. And after that, you have to cut a clove of garlic in half. So use the exposed part and rub it on your toast. What it does is that it sort of grates the garlic onto the piece of toast. And this flavors the bread and makes a healthier version of garlic bread. As you can see here, 1 clove of garlic is enough to make many pieces of bread. So now when you're done with the garlic, take some cottage cheese, mix it around a little, and lay it onto your garlic bread. Take a spoonful of it, don't worry. You need a huge amount of cottage cheese, but be reasonable. Add around 2 tablespoons onto your garlic bread. And the next step is to wash some basil leaves. These are pre-washed, so just pluck off the leaves and lay around 2 leaves for each piece of toast. Basil leaves are really rich in flavor. They have a really distinctive taste, so this gives a depth to this dish. Try to take larger sizes of basil leaves. Then you'll be using cherry tomatoes. The best is to go for those on vines. They are really sweet. And a sweet cherry tomato is what you will need. Then halve the tomatoes and lay half on each piece of basil leaves. So in total, you need 2 cherry tomatoes for this whole dish, serving 2 toast. Or if you want more tomatoes, like what I'm doing in the video, you can add 3 halves tomatoes to each toast. And then don't forget to season it with a little bit of pepper. And of course, a little bit of salt as well. And there you have it, caprese salad on homemade garlic toast. It's a really simple but very tasty dish.
Seriously, Chan, that looks so delicious. I can't wait to go back home and try that out for myself. Eating healthy isn't that hard if we have the right recipe.
Yeah, that's the exact message that we're trying to send out. But being healthy isn't only about eating.
Yes, you're right. That's why today we're bringing you another 2 fascinating live talks by fitness expert Miss Yasmin Lee and Mr. Kate. It's about exercise. It's about importance of exercise and medication.
Yeah, and at 4 p.m., we're welcoming fitness expert Yasmin Lee and Keith to show us how exercises can help us ward off high blood pressure. But before that, I am sure you will have a lot of questions regarding this recipe. So please drop in your questions in the comment section. It's the live Q&A session right now. My partner here will relay the question to me, and I will provide you with an answer. Now let's start with the first comment. Please, if you have any questions, don't be shy, just drop it in. Oh, we have one now.
Okay, the first question. Usually, the garlic bread will be baked before served, but why yours is not baked?
Well, that's a really good question. Now, it's more of a personal preference. If you bake your garlic bread, you will make the whole bread really crispy. And as I said, it's personal preference. If you like a crispy toast, by all means, bake your bread. But if you like something fluffy inside, but crispy on the outside, you can grill it on a cast iron pan. And that's what we did in the video. It's not shown, but it's done. So we want to crisp the outer part on high heat. So it browns the outer part, and the inside remains fluffy and soft. But that's what we prefer. So I hope that answers your question. Let's move on to the next question, please.
Okay, our next question. How will you serve the dish to customers?
Well, depends. Let's say if I'm a chef and I were to serve this to customers, I will serve it as it is, as it's shown in the video. And of course, with a little drizzle of balsamic vinegar if I were to serve it. And that's a really simple answer for this. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Why do you use cottage cheese instead of other type of cheese?
Well, now that's a very good question. Okay, now cottage cheese, we have to understand what is cottage cheese first. It's basically a soft white cheese, as you can see in there, made from cow's milk. Now, this cottage cheese is quite high in protein. It actually has a protein to fat ratio of 2:1. That means if you have 12 grams of protein, you will have 12 grams of fat in cottage cheese, and it has like best source of calcium. And it helps regulate blood sugar too. Now, this high protein, it helps to slow down the release of sugar in the bloodstream, so it prevents spikes and blood sugar crashes, and that will help in your weight loss. And in turn, it will help in controlling hypertension. I hope that answers your question. Oh, wait, and of course, cottage cheese is very low in sodium. So let's move on to the next question, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Our next question is there any other type of garlic bread that is healthy?
Well, I would say our garlic bread virgin olive oil that is packed with nutrients and packed with flavor. It's really good in lowering your blood pressure. It's rich in antioxidants, and we add on garlic to flavor it. So by using the raw garlic and grating it on, it adds the fresh garlic scent to it. It's a little bit pungent. It's a little bit different from the traditional garlic bread, but this is the healthy version of the garlic bread. So yeah, just go with our version of garlic bread. You can use it for other dishes as well, just for caprese salad. Let's say for the chicken ragu bianco that you made yesterday, and you have a lot of leftover sauce and meat. What you want to do is make this garlic bread and dip it in the sauce and eat it with it. That's how Italians eat pasta dishes, actually. They are served bread and olive oil, and when they finish the dish, if there's still sauces left in it, they do this. They use the bread and dip it in the sauce. Sometimes they drizzle on some olive oil as well.
Yeah,
Just maximize the dish. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Don't waste the sauce. There's a lot of nutrients in this kind of sauce.
yes.
I hope that answers your question. So let's move on.
So our next question, is there any other type of garlic bread that is healthy for hypertension patients?
I think that is the same
Yeah.
question that I just addressed. So next question, please.
Okay, our next question, it's the same question again.
No, it's not the same. This asks like,
Yeah.
can you replace cottage cheese with other types of cheese? Like mozzarella. Okay, so let me be frank. I actually replaced mozzarella cheese with cottage cheese. The traditional caprese salad calls for mozzarella cheese, basil leaves, and tomatoes. That's the three main ingredients for caprese salad. I replaced mozzarella with cottage cheese. Why? Because mozzarella, I'm not saying it's unhealthy, but it has a 1:1 protein to fat ratio. For every 6 grams of protein that's in there, you will have 6 grams of fat. So it's quite high in the fat content. So, but when we're talking about sodium content, it's relatively low. So let's say you want to try out traditional food. By all means, go for the mozzarella, but do it in moderation. And may I remind you that mozzarella cheese is hard to get. I'm talking about fresh mozzarella. Common mozzarella that you get in supermarkets are not fresh mozzarella that are required for this recipe. And that's another reason that we substitute the cottage cheese for this mozzarella cheese.
So that means we can use other type of cheese, but it's better to use cottage cheese if you want it to be healthier.
Yeah, definitely. Always use cottage cheese. But other cheese, like let's say the Parmigiano, like Parmesan, These are lower in fat than mozzarella, but they are very high in sodium, almost 3 times the amount of sodium than in mozzarella and cottage cheese. So the best option will still be cottage cheese, yes. So let's move on to the next question.
Okay. Our next question. Does Capri salad with garlic bread helps in weight loss? Well,
Yes, it does. You see the amount of cottage cheese we added to this garlic bread, and the high amount of protein makes you feel more satisfied, makes you feel full, and in turn it reduces the amount of calorie intake throughout the day.
We won't be hungry for a longer period of time.
Yes. That's the good thing. And another good thing, it regulates your blood sugar levels. If you don't have any like sugar spikes or crashes, you won't feel the sudden hunger. Sometimes when like you start shivering and you're like really hungry, that's when your blood sugar level crashes. And this regulates it. So it helps in weight loss in this sense.
Yes. Okay, so our next question. Okay, how does this dish prevent hypertension?
How does caprese salad prevent hypertension?
Yes.
Well, first thing, it aids in weight loss. So that's how it helps in controlling the hypertension. But of course, when we are talking about this, we talk about 3 main ingredients of caprese salad. You see, the garlic bread is just here as like a condiment, all right, to make it tastier. The main thing is basil leaves, the tomatoes, and the cottage cheese. Now, all of these are rich in antioxidants. The cottage cheese are rich in probiotics. Now, what these antioxidants do is they reduce oxidative damage to your body, and they protect your blood vessels. So that's how it reduces hypertension. And of course, tomatoes. It's really rich in vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K. You know, actually one tomato not cherry tomato, I'm talking about tomatoes, can serve around 40% of your daily vitamin C recommendation. So that's why this dish is really healthy, and it helps in weight loss, it helps in controlling your hypertension. Now, I wouldn't say it prevents hypertension, okay? It reduces the risk, it controls hypertension. That's what I would say.
Yes, okay. Okay, our next question. Okay, can we use whole grain bread?
Oh, yes, of course. Of course you can use whole grain bread. That would actually be a healthier option when we're talking about the glycemic index and controlling the blood sugar crashing. Okay, when you're using whole grain bread, these are what we call complex carbohydrates. They break down slowly. It slows down the release of sugar into your bloodstream. That doesn't cause an insulin spike. So your blood sugar level is regulated. It's a healthier option. But we think that for a piece of garlic bread, whole grain bread might be a little bit too grainy. Yeah, so that's just personal opinion. It's more of a personal preference. But if you're talking about healthy alternatives, whole grain bread is the way to go.
Okay. So our next question. Can you tell me more on the origin of caprese salad with garlic bread?
Okay, this is an Italian dish. And in Italian, this dish is called insalata caprese, or just caprese. Okay, it's a salad of mozzarella cheese, basil leaves, tomatoes. I think I've repeated this many times. Drizzles of olive oil and pepper, salt and pepper. These are the main ingredients. It's a really simple salad, and it originated most likely in Capri. Actually, no one knows, but most likely it originated in Capri from another dish, another salad dish that uses cheese, like what they call cacio, like maybe pecorino romano. These are the type of salty cheese. That's the origin, actually. And slowly they moved into this mozzarella cheese using cow's milk mozzarella. And if you look at the color of this salad, it's actually green, white, red. If they layer it on a plate, like traditional caprese salad, they use huge tomatoes and huge mozzarella cheese. They slice it. They layer it in a manner that greens come first, then the mozzarella cheese, the white, then the red tomatoes. It looks like an Italian flag. That's a symbol of the Italian flag. So I hope that answers your question on the origins of the caprese salad. So let's move on.
Our next question. Apart from garlic bread, is there any other food that can be served along with Capri salad that can help in hypertension?
Capri salad is more of a starter antipasto. Usually it's not served with anything else, but we can change the rules. You can serve it as a side dish with Scotch eggs. Personally, we feel that this combination is actually quite tasty. The Capri salad is really, really refreshing. And Scotch eggs, it's baked, it's a lot of meat, there's a lot of protein, and it's quite filling, and you need something refreshing to go with it. So that's why we recommend using the Capri salad to go with Scotch eggs. Yeah, which is the first recipe that we've shown yesterday.
You should go and watch it too.
Yeah, definitely. Now let's move on. Are there any more questions? Well, if there are no more questions, this marks the end of our live Q&A sessions. And don't forget, at 4 p.m., we'll be welcoming fitness experts Yasmin, Lee, and Keith to show us how exercises can help in warding off high blood pressure. And at 8:30 p.m., we'll be joined by Dr. Doris George, Chief Pharmacist of Hospital Raja Permaisuri, Bandung, who will enlighten us on the art of medicine management. And of course, our Healthy Eating Experience series will continue at 2 p.m. So we'll see you there, but don't forget to subscribe and follow our page on Instagram and Facebook with the username of PHC2020QIU. And please do join our fitness challenge. And there's one more announcement. There's a surprise. Now, these are the exclusive merchandises that our designers have designed. It's a limited edition t-shirt. So please grab one while you can. These are really beautiful shirts and they are exclusive, only available to be purchased from us QIU. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you at 2.
Thank you.